It's been now 6 weeks that I'm traveling in Peru, and I've seen crazy places with amazing landscapes, mountain and jungles. I'm actually doing a volunteering job in the middle of the secret valley of the Incas, not far from Cusco. As you guys know, I love mysteries and discovering new things, and Peru is the perfect place for that. It has so many mysteries, trust me. From legends of lost cities in the jungle, to the Nazca lines, to sightings of creepy creatures living in the woods or caves, Peru has a lot to offer. Here, in the secret valley of the Incas, during my volunteering job, I met a Peruvian architect, a girl, who became a really close friend of mine. Together, we took the crazy decision to go into the remote jungle for 11 days to find ancient Inca structures and more. We are both fascinated by ancient cities and ruins because Peru has so many that are still undiscovered. So our plan was to first see Choquequirao, a huge Inca site that was discovered not a long time ago. But we didn't want to stop there. We wanted to go further, explore off-trail, find things that maybe nobody had seen before, and continue along the Inca Trail to get deeper into the jungle. The trek was crazy, probably one of the hardest treks of my whole life, but worth it because we find some very interesting things. The first day, we got up really early because we needed to get to the beginning of the trek, which is about 4 hours from Cusco. To get there, we had to take different taxis and minibus. The place we needed to reach is called Capuliyoc, which is at the top of a mountain. So we needed to climb. As you can see, the road was really beautiful with mountain all around until we reached the top. Finally, we arrived at Capuliyoc, the start of the trek, and directly began walking. The view was already incredible. We were at the top of the mountains. This was the team, my friend Cynthia and me, just two of us. The problem is that we brought a lot of food with us. The bag I had was nearly 20 kilos. But despite that, we started going down. The goal for the first day, even though it was already a little bit late, was to reach the first campsite, which is almost at the bottom of the mountain. So we just kept descending all the day. The descent took about 3 hours, and we finally, by the end of the afternoon, reached the first campsite. Basically, it was just grass with a few houses of locals, and we were allowed to put our tent there. As soon as we arrived, we installed the tent, cooked our food, and went directly to sleep. For the second day, we woke up very early and we directly prepared breakfast. We had oats with eggs, bananas, and water. Before leaving Cusco, we had bought all the equipment, gas, food, water, because we knew it would get harder and harder to find supplies along the way. And for that, our bags were very heavy. After breakfast, we continued going down. As I told you, we hadn't yet reached the bottom of the mountain the day before. We still needed to reach the river, so we kept going down. And finally, we made it. At the river, we stopped for a little snack before starting to climb up. This time, we had to climb for hours. It was really hard, and the sun was burning our skin. We had to walk 14 kilometers before reaching the last village. This village is called Marampata, and it is the last place where we can buy food before Choquequirao. We first reached a small camping area in the middle of the way, but we didn't stop here. We really wanted to reach the top today, so tomorrow it will be easier to go to Choquequirao. After 5 hours of going up, we finally reach Marampata. This little village is the last place before going really into the jungle and towards the ruins of Choquequirao. It's also the last place where we could buy food and water for the next 2 or 3 days. When we arrived, we directly met a sweet lady that allowed us to set our tent in her garden. We set up the tent, cooked pasta with eggs and tuna, and enjoyed the beautiful night sky. The night sky here is just amazing. You guys can't see it in the video, but I show you some picture that I took with my own phone. It was just amazing. After dinner, we wash our teeth, we wash our faces, and we finally went to bed. The next day, we woke up early again and had breakfast. Again, oats with water, eggs, banana, and a bit of bread. Today we were so excited because we were finally about to reach the first ruins of Choquequirao. So right after the breakfast, we bought some more food and water to the locals, and then we started walking towards Choquequirao. The trek that day was pretty easy. No big ups or downs, just a straight walk. At one point, we could already see in the distance the first structures. We were so excited. We already could see stairs, walls, and hidden ruins in the jungle. As we get closer, we finally arrived at the main and only campsite near Choquequirao. This time it was only grass with nothing else. No way to buy food or water. We were just completely alone. We set up the tent quickly, and the only guy running the campsite explained us that we should start by visiting the lower part of the site because it was already late, and here it gets dark quickly, like at 6 o'clock. But we were too excited. We wanted to see Choquequirao right away, so we decided to go up just to see the first few structures and then going back down to visit the lower site. So we started walking up like 30 minutes, and we finally reached the first structure. And whoa, I was so happy. This was my first Inca structures. Huge stone walls, windows. I couldn't believe that I was touching a structure that is more than 600 years old. And the most amazing part, we were completely alone. Not a single other person, just us, the ruins, and the jungle. The view was crazy. From there, we could see the entire path we had taken. From the mountain all over there, all going down to the river over here, and then all up again until Marampata, and finally walking here. For 30 minutes, we enjoyed the place and visited. After enjoying the first site, we continued to go up to get to the second one. And this site just blowed our mind. The view was the most beautiful view I have ever seen those last 3 days. Check this one. And we just stayed there for so long to enjoy the place. It was so peaceful.
Pero igual que la otra, pero yo aquí no. Pues estas son enteras, tal cual.
After that, we decided to go back down to the camping site to have enough time to see the lower part. From the tent, we went down for about 25 minutes till we reached the stairs. Again, it was just amazing and huge. I started to go down, but my friend was tired and stayed at the top. So I went down alone, and I realized at that moment how huge it is, how it is endless. At one point, I reached a place where it was so peaceful. Nobody, no sound, just me with my soul. And I felt so good. So I stayed there for about an hour. I started to pray, to meditate, to sing. And then I discovered that there is so much more to see. But nighttime was coming, so I decided to go back. I definitely wanted to come back the day after. So I climbed back up and I arrived just at time at the camping site. Before going to bed, we had dinner. As always, we had pasta with eggs and a little bit of tuna. That night, we didn't put the top of the tent so we could see the stars while sleeping. The next day, we woke up so early at 5 p.m. because we wanted to see again this beautiful view that we saw yesterday, but this time with the sunrise. So we got up, had breakfast pretty quickly. Again, guys, no surprise, we ate oats with water and bananas. We passed quickly the first site because we saw it yesterday and because we wanted to get directly to the second site with that amazing view. After 25 minutes, we arrive at the second site, and as you can see, it's cloudy, but you can still see the sun coming. So we just waited there. This is all the bites that we got from the mosquitoes. As you can see, they just ate us alive.
Mi cuello es lo peor. Mira, parece que tengo la lepra, de verdad. Una enfermedad.
And we just danced while waiting the sun to come. It was a really funny moment. And after like 20 minutes, we could see that the view was getting better. So we waited longer and longer, and the view was better and better. And at the end, we had that view. I was so happy because we had two different views. I got the one from yesterday at the end of the afternoon, and I got this one early in the morning. It was just amazing. This place is really amazing. You can stay there for hours and you won't see anyone because you are completely alone with this view. After spending at least 1.5 hours at this amazing view, we kept climbing, this time until the main sites of Choquequirao. I was so excited. We finally arrived at the top of the mountain, where we saw one of the first human beings on this trek. He was working here. He welcomed us and gave us so much information about the site. From this place, we could see the main square of Choquequirao. Then, we just talked with him for about 30 minutes. He explained to us that only 15% to 30% of the site was discovered, and that all the rest is still hidden in the jungle. Toda esta parte entonces hay
Falta.
hay más.
Falta mucho.
O sea, esto es más grande que Machu Picchu.
Sí, lo grande es
Es
así.
enorme, sí, sí.
Sí.
Pero ahora están como continúan como
¿Restaurando?
explorando,
Ahorita no.
nada.
Ahorita no están explorando. Pero al otro año sí estaban explorando en el sector Pachchayo. la parte abajo,
Sí.
ahí están explorando, pero ahora ya se ha terminado. Va a bajar.
Que ya tenemos.
Sí.
Por ejemplo, con nosotros abajo en el campamento llegó también una pareja, pero ya es una pareja mayor. Entonces yo imagino que el que quiera visitar Choquequirao y es mayor también.
Pequeños, hay recién todo en esa parte. Todo en esa parte ahí, recientes.
Que yo me imagino de aquí a unos años esto.
Y por acá está saliendo también camino Inca, hacia para Vilcabamba, Espíritu Pampa.
Sale.
Ajá. Como hay un portón, ¿ves?
Ya.
Allá hay un portón.
Ok.
Este laja que está bajando hacia una piedra allá
Sí,
al
sí,
frente,
sí.
una laja, ¿no?
Sí.
Más al otro, a su costadito hay un portón. No se ve, pero todo con arbusto ya está.
Como para acá.
Ajá, en eso.
Ya.
Ahí está un portón. Ahí está continuando el camino Inca. Según mañana que vas a ir a avanzar, hay un centro arqueológico también en Pinchuno. Ajá, bonito lugar también.
Y ese conecta con este.
Sí, conectaba antes, pero lamentablemente falta restaurar este camino Inca también.
Pero ¿cuál
He explained us that the stairs that you see here are probably continuing all the way until the waterfalls over there, and that there should be a ton of hidden structures in this area. After that, we thanked him and continued our way. We first went to the stairs, and they were huge. We saw other men working as well. They were cleaning the stairs. After that, we went for the main square, and again, it was mind-blowing. The question in my mind was, how did they bring all those stones here? We realized that there were even more structures behind the main square. While I was visiting, I spotted a huge stone in the distance off trail. So I went off trail to investigate, and I found again so many structures. The man earlier was right. There are so many builds that still needs to be discovered here. Then I came back and my friend told me that there are also structures more down on the other side of the mountain. So we just went there. We arrived on the other side and discovered other huge stairs one more time. Again, I wanted to see more, so I went down the stairs. It was endless. How and what did they build that here, in a so remote place? When I almost reached the bottom, the view was one more time stunning. Then I found this little spot where I rest for like 40 minutes, contemplating the view. After that, I went back up to join my friend Cynthia, who was waiting at the main square. Going up was more difficult than going down. When I joined again Cynthia, we went for the very top of the mountain to see the last site we didn't see, what they called here the sites of the gods. We first arrived to this huge castle-like structure.
Y movimos por acá. Y otra vez para allá. Iba en zigzag.
Vale. And then we finally reached the last site. Then we spotted some stairs that seems to go off trail to the jungle, so we took them. And just like that, we enter a path in the jungle. We didn't know at this time, but this is the Inca Trail, a path that was done by the Incas. After that, we saw that we can reach the camping site from there, so we just kept going all the way down to the tent. When we arrived, we were starving, so one more time we had lunch with pasta, tuna, and eggs. Then we met a group of tourists and locals that arrived with so many horses. Me, directly after eating, I went back to the lower side because yesterday I really enjoyed it. So I started to go down the stairs again, but the problem is that it was already late. I started to explore all the area, and the more I explored this site, the more I realized that it's endless. At one time, I went off trail and for 20 minutes, I got lost. And then I found back what it looks like to be the way. It was already getting dark, but I continued to see another side of the mountain, the very last side that I didn't see. I went there running because I still needed to go back all the way up after this, and I knew it was going to get dark. And this is the very last site. Finally, I was coming back, but it was too late. The night had come. I finally reached the camping and met the new group of tourists. I joined back Cynthia. We cooked, ate, and went directly to sleep.